What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to go through our portable hot water box. This thing is great for those on-the-go hot water needs. You can use it anywhere technically, as long as you have access to power, but it's a great option for multiple locations in the van for your hot and cold water needs. So some of the key features of this portable hot water box are the dual temperature output. So you're able to have hot and cold water. You just adjust it on the dial here. It is compact and portable. It's fairly lightweight, so you won't have a lot of trouble moving it around to different locations in the van. It also has a 1.3 gallon capacity, so you're able to take a quick hot shower after an activity, rinse off your feet or something if you've been to the beach, or if you just need the cold water access, you are able to utilize more water while using the jerry cans here through this hot water box and the spray nozzle. It is also easily mounted and operational throughout the van. So as I mentioned, it does fit in the slide out tray, or it can be mounted to the side of one of these boxes or multiple locations throughout the van, utilizing all of the T-Track system that we have inside the van. So this portable hot water box has universal application across all of our models, whether it be live, do, move, or commercial. This hot water box is a perfect hot water solution for those models. This portable hot water box can even be used outside the van as long as you have a power source and you're hooked up to a water source. You're able to run that water pump as well as the hot water heater. So now we're going to go through the operation of this portable hot water box. This is electrically powered, so you're going to have to be plugged into a wall outlet, which also means you're going to have to make sure your inverter is turned on. On the front of the box here, we already have them activated, but we have a button for the water pump and also a button for the hot water heater. To activate the water, you're going to have to pull the dial out. And you're actually going to turn towards the direction you want. So if you want hot water, it's actually going to be the blue on top and the red. You're going to be pointing toward the red to activate that. We're just going to shoot the water down the sink here. Um, but now we have hot water coming out of that tank. And if I turn back the other direction, we have cold water. So it doesn't take super long for the water to change direction. And when I squeeze the handle, you can hear that pump activating, and you can hear the water running down the drain into the gray water tank. And you do not have to have this connected to the sink. You can utilize this totally on its own, just as long as you have a water source here and a power source, you're going to be able to operate this thing. You won't necessarily need a gray water tank hooked up to it because you're not going to be draining out of a sink. But if we did want to use this more as an application with the kitchen setup here, we're just going to open up the tray there. We'll pull it out a little bit more and then set it in here. And then we do have a couple brackets on here that if you are moving in the van, you're going to want to make sure you have those more fixed down. We're going to turn that dial down and then slide this back into the tray. See, that's why you're going to want to make sure it's fixed down if you are traveling, because it will slide around inside the van. But now we're going to take you through the sink application of this portable hot water box. Okay, so now I'm going to go through the application when you're connecting it to the sink. So you just raise this up, get the sink in place. You do have a couple more switches here to turn on the pump and the hot water heater, and that will activate the red lights on the front of the box so you know that your pump and your heater are on. To turn on the water, you will just move the dial up to whatever direction you want. So up being hot water, down being cold water. And similarly to the box itself, you just pull the dial out to activate the water. And then when you're done, you can just put the sink down. When that water that you just used will drain down here into the gray water tank. So you'll want to make sure you have that in place if you're using the portable hot water box this way. If you're just using the portable hot water box by itself outside the van, you will not need a gray water tank attached to it. But this freshwater source is the source of your water for both the sink and the portable hot water box. So on the back of the box here, we have the cold and hot water lines, and then also the white line here is for your water source. That's where you'll hook up to the jerry can. If you're just using the box by itself, you do not need to have these hooked up to anything. They're fine just dangling off the back here. The box itself has the dial for the hot and cold water with the water heater. So just having this white line hooked up, you'll still be able to produce hot and cold water off of the box itself. And these boxes are available to new customers and our existing customers. If you're interested in adding this to your existing build, reach out to our support team at support@vandoit.com and they can help get that scheduled for you to get one of these put in your van.